On the way to meet my husband at a restaurant, I realized that I didn't have my phone and immediately panicked. I needn't have worried. He saw my phone on the couch at home and brought it with him. When he arrived, I checked my texts. There was only one, and it was from him. "I'm on my way, and I have your phone." Watch The Walking Dead with someone who's super into it, so every time a zombie appears, you can pull the old, "Wait, who's this now?" One day my housework challenged husband decided to wash his sweatshirt. Seconds after he stepped into the laundry room, he shouted to me, "What setting do I use on the washing machine?" "It depends," I replied. "What does it say on your shirt?" "University of Oklahoma," he yelled back. People say, "I'm taking it one day at a time." You know what? So is everybody. That's how time works. A woman shoots her husband for stepping on the clean floor. A police officer jumps into his squad car and calls the station. "I have an interesting case here," he says. "A woman shot her husband for stepping on the floor she just mopped. Have you arrested her?" Asks the sergeant. "No, not yet. The floor's still wet." An art gallery. A woman and her 10-year-old son were having a tough time choosing between one of my paintings and another artist's work. They finally went with mine. "I guess you decided you prefer an autumn scene to a floral," I said. "No," said the boy. "Your painting's wider, so it'll cover 3 holes in our wall." I'm writing my book in 5th person, so every sentence starts out with, "I heard from this guy who told somebody." When my coworker answered his phone, the confused woman on the other end asked, "Who is this?" "This is Steve. With whom did you wish to speak?" After a pause, "Did you just say whom?" "Yes, I did." The woman replied, "I have the wrong number," and hung up. I work in the front office of a housing complex that supports people living with mental illness. On one particularly hectic day, a tenant came in to pay her rent. Frazzled, I said, "Ever have one of those days when you feel everyone is out to get you?" She smiled and replied, "I take medication for that." Our bosun's mate was a smoker who would toss his matches overboard. Then one day, he surprised us all when he popped a cigarette in his mouth and produced an expensive lighter from his pocket. With great fanfare, he flipped open the top, flipped the spark wheel, lit his cigarette, then chucked the lighter overboard. My greatest acting performance is when I check the caller ID, then adopt an air of polite curiosity as I answer the phone hello. Bad weather meant I was stuck overnight at O'Hare Airport in Chicago. Along with hotel accommodations, the airline issued each passenger a $10 meal ticket, or chit. That evening after dinner, I presented my meal ticket to the cashier. "Is this chit worth $10? I asked. Looking up nervously, the cashier responded, "I'm sorry, sir. Was the meal that bad?" It was my friend's first camping trip with her husband, and they were lost. He tried all the usual tactics to determine direction. Moss on the trees, there was none. Direction of the sun, it was overcast, and so on. Just as she began to panic, he spotted a cabin in the distance. "This way," he said as he led her back to their camp. "How did you do that?" my friend asked. "Simple. In this part of the country, the satellite dishes point south."